All right, people, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the Coach's Desk. We appreciate you being here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we have some important information to let you know what is taking place where track and field is concerned and the athletes who need to qualify. And I'm also going to give you some update on some other athlete and sport administrators. So let's kick it off real quick with Mr. Dalton Meyers. Yes, man. He's a Jamaican. Yes, he's a Jamaican and he was, appointed director of athletics at the University of Toronto. And that is a big, big, big thing for Dalton Meyers. The University of Toronto is pleased to announce the appointment of Dalton Meyers as director of inter-university and high performance athletics. Myers brings over a decade of senior leadership experience in university and elite sport from Queen's University, Carleton University, and the University of West Indies. He has a strong track record of building inclusive, high-impact environments where, student athletes, coaches, and staff thrive. Internationally, he has contributed to sport development through his work with the Jamaica Olympic Association, Pan Am Sports, Commonwealth Games, and World Para Junior Athletics. That is a big thing for Mr. Myers. And as usual, we definitely congratulate him on such an awesome achievement. So that is one down. The other one that we're going to be talking about is Brittany Anderson. Yes, Brittany Anderson, who recently announced on social media that she was expecting a little one. Well, the Jamaica Sprint Hurdler 2022 Olympic or World Championship silver medalist over 100-meter hurdles. She has announced the birth of her first child, a son, and she posted that on Instagram. So if you didn't know, you can go over there and check it out on Instagram. Now, she offering fans a tender look into this new chapter of her life in a reel posted to her account. And, congratulations to Brittany again. Certainly, this is actually a massive, massive achievement for her. And definitely, she is bubbling at the moment with this news. So let's get into what we really want to talk about in this one, because, several Jamaicans, including 3 national champions, they have still not meet the qualifying standard for Tokyo. Yes, they have not met the standard for Tokyo to date. And if you look at the names of these persons, we have Rusheen McDonald is a 400 meters national champion. Delano Kennedy, 400 meters. Javon Powell, 400 meters. Christopher Taylor, 200 meters. You have Kellyanne Beckford, 800 meters, national champion. Adele Tracy is also another national champion, 1500 meters. Gabriel Matthews, 200 meters. Renisha McGregor, 200 meters. And Tyrese Taylor, 800 meters national champion. So these athletes, at the moment, they have not met the qualifying standards. Some of them are in pole position due to what you'd call it world ranking. Let's see if they can maintain those spots in the world ranking, because they still need to continue to get points where the events are concerned. Now, there are several meets to go to help these athletes, meet these standards. You have continental tours and challenger meets that are up, and that would be like 15 of them. You have 16 World Athletics Continental Tour bronze meets. You have 8 World Athletics Continental silver meets. You have 1 Athletic Continental Tour gold meet. You have 1 Era Senior Outdoor Championship, which is the knockoff, and several of these athletes will be going. You have 3 Diamond League meets to go and 1 Diamond League final. So these athletes are still with a chance, to make their time in time for Tokyo. And like I said, some of them are pretty much in a very good stead, or not so very good, might I say, but they are in pole position. Now, this is less than a month. It is less than a month to go before they have to hit those standards. And it is quite tricky because, of course, you have to get into meets plus traveling and all of these things take into consideration. And it depending on how some of these athletes travel, how well they travel, how well they recover. So several factors have to be taken into consideration. But we are hoping that these athletes will get the time. And even if they don't, their world ranking will assist them in meeting those standards. And definitely we would want them to get that automatic qualifying standard rather than, waiting on other standard. Now, a few athletes, individual athletes who had, previously failed to make the standard, they have, however, done so, included 800-meter national record holder Navaski Anderson, Adrian Carr. He did that in the 200 meters. National champion over 200 meter Ashanti Moore. Several of these athletes are actually have actually made the standard, and that is quite significant for them. So they would have made that standard, automatic standard. But like I said earlier, I listed out the name. You have Rusheen McDonald. He has a very good chance with Delana Kennedy because they will be going to Nakak. And quite frankly, I've not seen some of our 400-meter athletes running or racing since that 400-meter, talking about the likes of Javon Powell. He needs to step it up to get into that qualifying because you have Sean Bailey, you have Bovell McPherson, who would have already qualified. So it is quite interesting and important that these athletes go out there and get, because there are persons in the wings waiting. Now, Christopher Taylor, he's the only 200-meter man that has not qualified. So definitely he has his opportunity cut out for him. He has tried on probably 2 occasions. It has not worked out for him. Let's see how Nakak or some of these plethora of meets that I just spoke about, he can actually, make the qualifying standard. 800-meter champion Kellyanne Beckford, yes, and national champion over 1500-meter Adele Tracy. They have their hands full. Let's see how best Kellyanne. I think though these athletes might be in the, what you'd call it, the standard in terms of the points. They might not be so far outside of the qualifying, ranking in terms of world ranking. Let's see if they can continue to push on and get themselves in pole position, like I said before. Now, on the 200-meter side, you have second and third place finisher Gabrielle Matthews and Renisha McGregor. However, I must point out that one Naisha Berger, she has the qualifying standard, as well as Sherika Jackson, who is the reigning champion. So there's still one spot up for grabs where this 200 meters is concerned. Will Gabrielle and Renisha put themselves in that position to make the team so that they can get the standard? Let's see how that one pan out as well. So pretty much, I believe that, time is of the essence, and these athletes have to ensure that they put themselves in a position to capitalize on these meets that are out there. Yeah. So there are 45 quality meets for athletes to try to, meet the standard, according to Bruce James, who is also president of world-renowned MVP Track Club. He stipulated that these meets are out there and the athletes have the opportunity. Some of the Jamaicans seeking to attain world championship qualifying standard have been selected, like I said, to compete at the knockout game. But that is also going to be very close to the time or the cutoff time of the qualifying standard. So that one is a very tricky one as well. So they have to know what they need to do. I for one would certainly try as best as possible to get into meets before, because this one is going to put it close unless if they're doing 3 rounds, they're going to try and attack it in the first round to make that qualifying standard. And it probably not be so much about winning rather than making the qualifying standard. So that is something that they might look into. Let's see how this one goes, my people. You can just drop your comments and tell me what are your thoughts on this latest development where the athletes are concerned. Thanks for joining us again in another one here on the Coach's Desk. Until next time, peace.